winning a big fight versus the likes of DRX. And I'm not sure if it was intentional or not. I think they were trying to maybe bait DRX towards the wall so they could actually shoot their feet under that wall and actually create a little bit of a man advantage. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but if it was intentional, a big brain play here coming out from True Rippers as Virtus Pro getting a bit humiliated in that position. If you're a good approach, but the off angles just decimated the entire squad.
Yeah, they got off-angled to smithereens, I think is really appropriate to say here. And it was unfortunate. They tried to do something with it, but again, we're just not seeing that confidence in their plays. We're not seeing that full sweep that we need to see, especially in that zone. But we are going to go over to these team rotations. I love this graphic so much. And you can see here that the Boars and Alliance, both of those teams had to go into the zone, right? The biggest rotations coming in from them. But you see here Alliance, look at that spread over Garden, right? Really controlling that south side, making sure teams can't really cross that bridge until Alliance have had their share of it, right? Until they're done with it. But they move across the bridge, taking advantage of the fights that were happening on the north side, right? Taking advantage of those fights to actually move in, not to get elims, but just to move their own position forward. So you see them make that full rotation across the bridge. And then here is what I love to see. This next zone shift, you see two go over towards VP's position, controlling that area. Arcred do the same thing, to be honest, and well played there, right? But I just love how we are seeing Alliance really being able to move around there, and 20 points is going to be their reward for that.
I mean, the setup player for Alliance was Jimmy. He was going next to the riverside, and he was making sure that he had an angle on both Virtus Pro, and after that it was Arcred, and he was really stopping a full-on clash from happening in the first place. So really, if we had to go for one MVP, maybe not stats-wise here, Hot Jukes, but at least positionally speaking, it would have to be Jimmy, because, oh my goodness, that guy was a godsend for Alliance.
Dude, Jimmy's been going nuts all day today. Even in Rondo, right towards the end, we saw him putting up some serious points. So this is a huge charge from Alliance. I'm just saying, if somehow, some way, this squad, Neptura, is able to make it into the top 3, it will be the comeback of the century, like without a doubt.
Oh, it has to be, right? Because it's the final day. It's you're down in the middle, in the mid bit, right? In the middle bit of the lobby, and then you come in with all those points. I mean, this is exactly the springboard they need to make that, Max. But that would be such a storyline. I would love that.
Sorry, I'm a little bit cringy because Flash got 0 points.
Yup.
I don't like seeing Flash getting 0 points. They might be slipping out of the top 3 after that performance. Here we go, though. Arcade Glory gonna be our glorious MVP for this match, with a total of 3 eliminations. But yeah, the negative, Team Flash losing steam, losing momentum, that confidence, that presence in the late game scenarios is just not there for the squad. Win might have to rename to losing, because right now he's not taking the dubs.
Let's take a look at the leaderboards here, and oh my goodness, that 3rd place position is now looking scarier than ever. Arc Red are not that far away, only 6 points away now. Flash just haven't been able to put up anything here, and now, I mean, even Alliance, they go from 11th all the way to 8th, Max. This is getting crazy.
I mean, they're lucky that the arena only got 1 point, is what I'm going to say for Team Flash. They got a little bit lucky in that scenario. But yeah, looking at that, Arcred able to jump up, finally escaping these middle ranks and able to slowly begin the ascent. Here, just behind Weibo, 3 points away. Arcred, they could pull a go. They could be the surprise factor, Niptura, and just snatch away a final slot literally in the last few matches of day 3.
I mean, I'm really scared for Flash. When you think about, we have 4 matches left. I mean, Arcred starting this momentum so early on in the day, so decisively as well. Like, it wasn't just the zone was handed to them or anything like that. Yeah, they held a compound for a long time, but as soon as they had to push, they pushed. They pushed in style. They had the big split over the rest of the circle. They were moving for that control. They were trying to move other teams around as well. So for Arcred, there's a lot of mentality there that I see in them, that it's like they are confident in that push. And so this game is very scary for Flash.
Also strong performance from Alliance, as we already said, right? Able to jump up 2 ranks from 10th position up to 8th. And Boars escaping the red zone at the bottom of the rankings. Boars definitely going to be over the moon about this performance. So really, really happy with them. Havlik actually being a top performer. We know this guy's an absolute OG in his region. And Havlik kind of, we know, can bring some big numbers on any kind of stage, especially the global stage. As Olio, though, Sneaky angle right, Neptura, able to get that huge spray from like, what, 150 meters, 200 meters under the buggy. That was insane accuracy from this player.
Yeah, insane clutch indeed, and that's going to contribute to one of his 5 eliminations coming into this game. And you talk about, you know, how we were saying, I think yesterday it was, that a 2.5 average elimination is insane, right? We don't talk enough about how insane it is to get a 5 elim game for one player. Like, especially in that zone where you're looking at a lot of other teams as full squads trying to get all the sneaky angles. And so for Olio, for Jimmy, to get 4 eliminations is pretty crazy. Like, there's a lot that's going on there. You got to be real quick with those peaks as well. Yeah. Like, some really, really good skill coming in from these players. I'm
sure Sakura from E-Arena is like, yeah, but I got 11, so like, you know, you're bad. Me, Sakura.
Sakura, you had a mountain. Come on now.
Yeah. What a crazy game. You guys want to hear some crazy stats?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yes, please.
All right. So at the start of the day here, Alliance, they were in 11th place. All right. In order for them to make it to 3rd, that was a 49-point difference. Okay. They have closed that gap down to 23 with 4 matches left to go. It is possible, folks. And the only reason why this is even possible is because in the first 2 matches, Flash have only gained 1 single point. So,
oh no.
Yeah, that lead that they had, it is gone at this point. It's do or die. They have to perform here. There are now so many squads that are a huge threat here, Neptura.
Oh no, that is really troubling to hear, because I feel like if any team deserves to be in that top 3, it's got to be Flash, right? Because they've been so consistent over 2 days. They've come in with a massive day 1, and then we're consistent day 2. But for day 3, for them to fall off day 3 would be so heartbreaking for them, Jukes.
Man, this is getting crazy. I'm so excited. I mean, DRX too. DRX need to start making a little bit of movement because they've only gained a handful of points as well. I mean, I'm looking at the numbers right here. Prior to today, they were sitting, you know, nice and comfortable with a good amount of points. But in this last match, they only got 3. So they're out of 123. They still have that point gap. But that's for this match. If for some reason DRX can't put up anything, and you see EA, Weibo, Arc, Flash get a good chicken dinner here, it could get mighty close, Max Man. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that happen to Team Flash, right? It could definitely happen to DRX too if they get a little bit too comfortable. They're resting on their laurels. You know what? They could be slipping. Out of top 3 seems a bit unreasonable, but I've seen worse, unfortunately, Hot Juice. So there's definitely a possibility for DRX to slip down if they do not bring some points back on board. But it's really good for the middle of the rankings, right? I love seeing all these top teams get eliminated, not because I don't like them, because I love a good comeback story. And you know what? Right now, Alliance, Arcred, they're doing just that.
They really are, yeah. And I want to go very quickly back to DRX, right? We saw what Regnum were doing. I mean, Regnum are pretty safe right now. Oh, no. Please don't do that. Please just be resting your head. Don't look. No, please. We need you to do well. Come on.
That's right.
No, but I think for Regnum, they know they're pretty safe, right? And we saw in that last game, they got to top 5. They waited until they were in top 5 and then tried to make some moves, but weren't super pressed about getting as many points as possible. I think DRX need to aim to do the same thing, right? Just make sure they get a consistent top 5 finish, just get enough points to keep ahead. And I think if they take a page out of Regnum's book, they'll be just fine.
Oof, that's hard to do, man. Regnum are going crazy today. I mean, they're so comfortable. They're putting up points no matter what. Even that last push just looked like a heat check from them, to be honest. Like, it looked like one of those situations where, like, we got this. Let's just push, see what happens. We can afford it, right? So they still put up 9, so they're locked down. I mean, I doubt it. I still think DRX are a lock because we know what they could do. There's still a lot of matches left to go. But it is a little concerning when you see a team jump up so much, right? Like, they need to perform. They need to put something up for sure here.
If they pull an alter ego, which if you guys don't know what that means a 5-point day on day 3 of Group Green, then they could slip. And that's after I made a video on alter ego, and I did make a video on DRX. So again, I got some interesting messages, but no, they're fine. I'm just memeing. They're gonna be okay. But no, going back onto your point, Regnum Kara, right? They're looking really, really comfortable. I don't know if you guys would agree, but they just look to me like they're playing, and the way they're playing is effortless. They're just, it's our game. It's such a good way to play the game that even a PMGC lobby just crumbles at the sheer thought of playing against us. And right now, Regnum Karya, they're just cruising. I'm telling you, this is the easiest performance I've seen them do so far. Regnum, they're big chilling.
Yeah, I think honestly, they're just sitting so comfortable now.
Yeah, they are, and it's all down to them slowing down. We said it yesterday, right? They just slowed down their pace a little bit because they weren't doing too well. I mean, let's remember day one, they were struggling big time here. But then second day, they went, oh, what we need to do is just play slowly, and they were able to just flip the switch just like that. So today, I think they've really found their mojo. They've really found what they need to do, and Max, they're looking so good for this next game.
We had the APG prank. But that was the Regnum prank, and it's done now. The prank's over.
It's done. It's done. Well, here we go into match number 3, Arigale. Which team is going to make that rise like we just saw from Alliance? Maybe Burmese Ghouls, Blake? It's time for them to arise.
Whoa. He's stealing your bit there, Blank. That can't be right. That can't be right. We'll have to talk to someone about that one. That's not on. We'll head into this game though with that setting of it being so close around the third place bubble, because that is what teams are going to be paying attention to.
Yeah, I mean, for Burmese Ghouls, they need to rise again here in this game if they want to get something done. I am a little bit concerned though, and my necromancy powers aren't quite going through. Help them out too much here at the moment, but again, there's definitely much more important teams that I'm invested in at the moment. I think for Regnum Karya, we can probably stop talking about them altogether at this point in time, John, considering they are currently in first place, and with the amount of points they've been able to get, and I think Erangel is just such a strong map for them overall anyway, it's likely that they should be able to get through towards top 3 now with no problem at all. We're looking at DRX to finish out the race, finish the job, and our third place team to make themselves known.
That is the question, isn't it? Right, DRX are away from Regnum Karya. Oh, goodness me. But this is where you want to try and test for a third place team. We are going Millie off a north plane. Moving fast. It's about moving now. For our teams looking to try and control those points. No, it's not. They're all the way up near Severdi, up near shooting range for nuclear zone. That is a long flight.
It is a very, very long flight to go for, unfortunately for them. But we'll see how they make it happen. We have no teams in South Africa, John, which is crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. So see if teams can get there quick enough. For Virtus Pro, I imagine it's a swift descent towards the south side of Mills Power and pick yourself up a boat or so and get through to Novo, which is free. Twisted Minds, though, Chudo does get knocked by Havlik as they attempted to make that early cross.
Getting across early. I mean, that is the name of the game, right? No quarter given either. Judo in the middle of the road gets run down. And that is nasty news around a bubble place team, and actually 2 of the bubble place teams going very early into the scrap. Good news for Boars, though. They're up into the top 11, Blank, in that 11th place right now, with 67 points earned, added to their tally. They are far from safe, but it is good to see. Twisted Minds not so happy with this one.
No, it's a rough start. It's a rough start. Max is saying this is a ghoul circle. Technically, if they were here, but it's going to take a while for them to get down. Currently sat over towards Watertown at the moment. But they'll get a move on, I imagine, eventually. Twisted Minds do end up over towards Millie base. The central area, but playing as 3, I believe. Sometimes you can get caught off guard here with like a small sliver of HP, but I am curious.
Yeah. I think Twisted Minds are actually split. I don't know how. I think only one of them is in Millie base right now. The rest are still on this northern shore, north of DRX, who are now trying to cross this western bridge. Boars set up a roadblock. They want to try and farm this one. This is the position that we saw Regnum Karya do incredibly well from in that previous military circle that we had. They won't be there this time, though, Blank. Boars are trying to take up that mantle, but it's probably more profitable generally to be going further inland, right? Get in and across fast and see what you can find. Silas grabbing a jet ski and actually just going to head straight on over the water. Not going to wait for his teammates. They are already, it looks like they're already swimming.
Yeah, getting across nice and early.
Hovercraft.
Making no pauses there. I mean, from the small dinghy into a hovercraft is quite the upgrade, John, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I imagine they spotted it across the water. He jetted out, and now he's going to be able to pick crossings. We've seen them develop moving forwards. Another team going for the crossing right now. It's Alliance. We're going to be heading on with Jimmy with an interview as well. 7WG was able to